This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Barakati Hawa, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Hawa, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Hawa, Barakati Yahushai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rokakadash. Double honors, apostles, and elders of great Stone. Peace and salutation to you, beloved Akim, that is pushing his word in sincerity and truth with humiliation on the cross to forwards. To you, white salute. This is the brother Desire one back with you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai. Okay, and in these times, you know, as people wax worse and worse, you know, pretty much the mindset of these people, all right, wickedness has increased. So the mindset of these people, you know, when it comes to wickedness, is going to be on a whole other level. And pretty much with wickedness multiplied in the earth, what is a part of that? Adultery, homosexuality, uh, just to name a few. And I'm going to touch on adultery, all right, because hey, in these times, you know, with wickedness being increased, adultery is on a whole nother level because of these harlots. All right. The scripture said that way should be a harlot in the city. All right. See, Jake prays harlotry. Jake prays, these wicked things in this earth. That's why a lot of people getting judged. All right. A lot of people getting judged. All right. Because, adultery is at an all-time high. All right. Now I watched this video clip of this chick, roll up on, I think supposed to be his woman. He caught her cheating. He roll up on her and start busting shots. She was with the other man, which I'm gonna play the video clip. Now, if she died or the nigga died, he justified. Nah, I said, Lord, you know, okay, all right. Because what the scripture say about adultery? All right, let's get it. Let's get Leviticus, the 20th chapter, and verse um 10. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and adulteresses shall surely be put to death. All right, this in the law. All right, now you get these niggas, OJ. All right, like I told Jake the other day. Jake was telling me how we, going with this girl, but she have a man. So I told him, I said, boy, the most I get Jack, you are bad for that. The most I don't like we mess with other people, woman. I told him because sex is marriage. Sex consummates a marriage. All right. That ring thing, that's pagan. All right. Sex consummates marriage. When you read um, Genesis 24 chapter, and I think it's verse 67. All right. Where Isaac took Rebecca in his mother Sarah's tent. She became his wife. All right. Sex consummates a marriage. So at the end of the day, you know, that ain't your woman, but you still going and pop that. See that? And Isaac took her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebecca, and she became his wife. How she became his wife? Through the act of sex. All right. So yeah, this. Let's say that woman even promised to that man. All right. It's in our law. That ain't yours. That's another man, woman. But these niggas ain't got no morals, no standards, nothing. All right. And these women also, just as wives, these harlots. All right. Um, but I don't want to run too long. Let me get the video clip. He was justified if he'd have killed this woman. Check this out. Husband finds out his wife's been cheating. He took matters into his own hand. Check this out. You see that? He have his arms wrapped around this guy's woman. But I'll get a scripture next. Wow. He missed those two. So he ran after those two. Alright, his wife and the next dude. And the guy probably was able to get his weapon and start shooting at him also. Alright. Okay. But hey, the spirits of vengeance are heavy on you. If he the killer too, then he's justified. Because these women too fucking wicked. Alright? These women too wicked in these time. Okay? Alright? I'm telling you. Crazy in these times. Adultery at an all-time high. Alright? So let's go back to Proverbs chapter 6 and 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Now speaking on jealousy, check this out. This is Proverbs. Hold on, Salakia. I think I had it. Let me see that. Yeah, Proverbs 27. Alright. Because when a man jealous, that bring all kind of demons on him. Especially with Jacob job. When you're jealous, you're thinking all kind of evil shit. Because you don't want nobody mess with your woman. You can't blame him. Alright. This is Proverbs 27:4. It says, anger is cruel and wrath is like a flood. Anger is cruel and wrath is like a flood, but jealousy is even more dangerous. Alright? Alright? Jealousy is even more dangerous. Because when a man jealous, that's a serious thing. And these women, them so fucking wicked. Alright? Let's get Proverbs chapter 6. Alright? Not Proverbs 6. Yeah. Proverbs 6. Let me jump up to verse 32. It says, but whoso committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and his honor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. So you committed adultery with another man, woman, not a man, woman. You lack understanding, but he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. All right. That's why you see a lot of people are scared to judge. A wound and this dishonor. Let me get this in a different translation. It says, but the man who commits adultery is another fool, but he destroys himself. All right? For he destroys himself. It says in the NLT, it says, "For he will be wounded and disgraced." You see that? His shame shall will never be erased. You see that? The people can always remember but that. All right? He'll be wounded. All right? That's what comes with it when you do wicked shit like that. For the woman's jealous husband will be furious. And you see that in that video. And he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. You see that in that video. Scriptures don't lie. He will accept no compensation nor be satisfied with a payoff of any side. He ain't worrying with none of that shit. All right? So you see, jealousy is a serious thing. Now this going into you know, these different doctrines, but you could apply this to the nigga woman too. These women out here. All right. Check this out. It says Proverbs 7:4. Love wisdom like a sister, and make inside a beloved member of your family. Let them protect you from the affair with an immoral woman. A lot of these women are immoral. They ain't got no morals. From listening to the flattery of a promiscuous woman. While I was at the house, while I was at the window of my house looking through the curtain, I saw a naive young man, and one in particular who lacked common sense. Because that dude lacked common sense for going to that woman. He was crossing the street near the house of an immoral woman, strolled down the path by a house. It was at twilight in the evening. As darkness fell, the woman approached him, seductively dressed and sly of heart. That's these women out here. She was the brash, rebellious type, never content to stay at home. She's often in the streets. All right? That's why a lot of these niggas, the scriptures say don't give her no liberty to God abroad. She's often in the street and the market, soliciting in every corner, and that's these women. She threw her arms around him and kissed him. You see how he had a arm around, huh? With a brazen look, she said, "I've just made peace often and fulfilled my vows. You're the one I was looking for. I came out to find you, and here you are." All right, it's sweet talk. My bed is spread with beautiful blankets with colored sheets of Egyptian linen. I've perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us drink and come, let's drink off our fill of love until morning. Enticing word. That's what they come with you with. Let's enjoy each other caresses. For my husband is not home. He's on a long trip. He has taken a wallet full of money with him and won't return until this month. You see that? So she do seduce him with a pretty speech and entice him with a flattery. Don't allow these women to do that. All right? Don't gaze upon another man's woman. Verse 22, he followed her at once, like an ox to the slaughter. He was like a sty caught in a trap, awaiting the arrow that would pierce him in his heart. He was like a bird flying into a snare, little knowing it would cost him his life. All right? Don't listen. So listen to me, my son, and pay attention to my words. Don't let your heart stray towards her. Don't wander down a wayward path. For she has been the ruin of many. Many men are being victims. A house is a road to the grave, and a bedroom is a den of death. All right? That could be messing with these women within yours. Especially in these times. You have to be careful. All right? Okay? There's another one in Proverbs, what goes into harsh woman. Yeah. Let me read it in the NLT. The NLT, Proverbs 6:26. Let me start with 24. All right. Start with 23. For their command is a lamp, and their instruction a light. Their corrective discipline is the way of light. All right, the main wisdom. It will keep you from the immoral woman. Again, from the smooth tongue of a promiscuous woman. Don't lust for her beauty. Don't let her coy glances seduce you. For a prostitute will bring you to poverty, but sleeping with another man's wife will cost you your life. All right, you see that? Can a scoop a flame into his lap? Can a scoop Can a man scoop a flame into his lap and not have his clothes catch on fire? You see that? Can he walk on hot coals and not blister his feet? So it is with a man who sleeps with another man's wife. He who embraces her will not go unpunished. You see that? The scriptures don't lie. All right? The scriptures don't lie. All right? All right? So you got to be careful. And Jake, Jaking in no morals, Jaking in no standard. Jake just want to sleep around and be doing a lot of wicked shit. I think there's one and also Sirach, another man's wife. Let me just get it quick. Just get it quick before I, get over here. Sirach. All right, I can read this in the GNT. Check this out. Sirach. Check this out. 9 GNT. I was reading this the other day in GNT. All right. It says, advice about woman. It says, don't be jealous of the wife you love. You will only be teaching her how to do you harm. Do not surrender your dignity to any woman. Keep away from other men's wives, or they will trap you. You see that? All right. They will trap you. Don't keep company with female musicians. They will trick you. Don't look too intention. Don't look too intently at a virgin, or you'll find yourself forced to pay a bride's price. Don't give yourself to prostitutes, or you may lose everything you own. So don't go looking about in the streets or wandering around the rundown parts of town. When you see a good-looking woman, look the other way. Don't let your mind dwell on the beauty of any woman who is not your wife. All right? Many men are being led astray by another woman's beauty. It kindles passion as it was a fire. Do not sit down to eat with other men's wife or join her for a drink. You may give in to temptation of a charm and be destroyed by your passion. All right, advice about woman. Our forefathers told us, give us these instructions. So that we know how to, you know, um, maneuver in these times. All right, Jake, OSHA ain't got no morals and standards. All right, these kind of times where adultery at an all-time high, people nowadays don't care. If your woman look good, they want to sleep with her. They would like say, I want to ring that. But they don't care. This is Leviticus 20 and 10. If a man commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, both the man and the woman who have committed adultery must be put to death. That's what the scripture is saying. In my words. Okay? Adultery in an all-time high, boy. Spirit of vengeance, man. Yeah, man, but I like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemashai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Yeah, man, Shalom.